Do you feel it? That quiet, creeping dread, that almost imperceptible but deeply chilling sensation that settles in the very marrow of your bones during the lonely, silent hours of the night. It is a chilling whisper that rises from the depths of your subconscious, a haunting melody that plays on a loop, telling you that you have somehow, irrevocably, fallen behind in the great, sacred race of life. It is a cruel and subtle poison, this pervasive feeling of inadequacy, a low vibrational frequency that seeps into your spirit as you become a passive witness, scrolling through the endless, glittering parade of curated triumphs on your digital screen. Every single image, every announcement, every carefully crafted caption becomes a glittering monument, a testament to a version of life you have been conditioned to believe you should be living. You are presented with staged perfection, with flawless highlight reels that show only the summit, never the struggle, and you are tempted, almost forced, to compare these illusions to the beautiful, messy, chaotic, and profoundly authentic truth of your own existence. This is not a place of judgment. This is a sanctuary, a sacred space divinely convened for souls who have felt the sharp, piercing sting of that comparison. For those who have stood at a crossroads and questioned the very validity of their own sacred path. If this message, these words, this energy, vibrates within the core of your being, if it resonates with the deep and silent knowing of your soul, then let your powerful energy be known. Acknowledge this connection. Like this message to anchor this profound truth into your reality. Subscribe to this channel to continue on this divine journey of awakening and remembrance. And, most importantly, share the frequency of your own awakening in the comments below. Let the entire universe and all the souls who need to hear it witness your voice as you declare with unshakable conviction, "I am on my divine path," or simply affirm your powerful alignment with the master number of spiritual manifestation. 777. Your story is a holy testament, your energy is a beacon, and your presence here, in this very moment, is absolutely no accident. You have been divinely guided to this truth, and your awakening is now. Let us finally dare to speak the unspoken truth, to name the nameless phantom that haunts the collective consciousness of humanity. It is a ghost, an ethereal specter crafted from the dense, heavy threads of societal expectations, generational trauma, and deep-seated ancestral programming. It is the grand, pervasive illusion of a universal timeline, a rigid, unyielding linear map that presumes to dictate the sacred rhythm of every individual soul. It is a construct that dictates when you must love, when you must build a home, when you must ascend in your career, when you must achieve material success. This timeline, you must understand, is a complete and utter fabrication. It is a low vibrational program, a mental virus designed with one purpose: to keep you small, to keep you striving in a state of perpetual lack, to keep you forever looking outside of the temple of your own being for validation and a sense of worth. It whispers insidious and poisonous lies into your energy field. You should have that career solidified by 25. You should have that commitment, that ring, by 30. You should own that property, that house, by 35. It functions as a relentless, hypnotic metronome, a ghostly conductor attempting to force the wild, untamed, and magnificent symphony of your soul into a mundane, repetitive, and predictable beat. But you, divine soul, a unique spark of the Creator, were never, ever meant to march in lockstep with the masses. Your rhythm is your own, a sacred and holy cadence set by the celestial alignment of the stars at the very moment of your birth. Therefore, to feel behind is not a sign of your deficiency. Understand this truth. It is the most powerful and undeniable sign that you are finally, blessedly, breaking free from this hypnotic, artificial rhythm. It is the sound of your own soul's music beginning to swell, drowning out the noise of the world. The discomfort, the anxiety, the feeling of being out of sync that you are experiencing is not a symptom of failure. It is the powerful, unmistakable, and glorious growing pains of your spiritual awakening. You are not behind. You are simply, bravely stepping off their well-paved, predictable highway and onto your own sacred, wild, and uncharted territory. Remember this feeling. Hold it. Honor it. for it is the sacred herald of your ultimate liberation. This cruel and insidious game of comparison is the greatest thief of joy ever conceived and the most potent, silent drain on your divine life force energy. When you dare to measure your raw and beautiful Chapter 3 against someone else's meticulously edited Chapter 20, you are performing a profound and heartbreaking act of violence against your own sacred journey. You are taking the raw, unedited, beautifully complex and evolving manuscript of your own life written in the ink of your tears and laughter, with all its unexpected plot twists, its moments of profound doubt, its glorious and ongoing character development, and you are holding it up against the polished, published, shrink-wrapped final edition of another story. What you cannot see, what is intentionally hidden from you, are their deleted scenes, the moments of terror and failure they would never share. You do not see their painful, agonizing rewrites, the countless drafts they had to discard. You do not witness the chapters they tore out in floods of frustration and despair. You are only permitted to see the gilded, perfect cover. This seemingly innocent act of comparison is, in reality, a significant energy leak. It creates microscopic, invisible fissures in your spiritual armor, your auric field, allowing the low-vibrational entities of doubt, fear, and insecurity to seep in. This contamination inevitably lowers your personal vibration and dims the brilliant, radiant inner light of your soul. Every single moment you spend wishing you were walking another's path is a sacred moment you are not present to, and therefore not honoring your own. Every single ounce of precious energy you give away to the poison of envy is a creative life force unit that you are stealing from the manifestation of your own destiny. You must, with conscious and deliberate intention, reclaim this power. You must learn to identify and seal these energetic leaks. Take a sacred vow right here and now to become a holy observer of your own life's unfolding. Vow to read your own story with the deepest compassion, with childlike wonder, and with profound, unshakable respect for its divine author, your very own higher self, in eternal and loving collaboration with Source Energy. Your journey is not, and never was, a competition. It is a holy pilgrimage, a singular and incomparable masterpiece in progress. Now, I ask you to shift your perspective. What if, for just a moment, you could see your life not through your own eyes, clouded by fear and conditioning, but through the clear, all-knowing, and infinitely loving eyes of the universe itself? What if you could finally grasp the profound truth that every single perceived detour, every moment you felt lost or off course, was in fact a divinely orchestrated shortcut, a secret passage leading you to a deeper and more potent wisdom? What if you truly understood that every heartbreaking setback was not a punishment, not a sign of your unworthiness, but a sacred, holy pause? Imagine it as a moment for your soul to catch its breath, a divinely timed intermission for you to integrate a crucial lesson, to recalibrate your internal compass, so that it could point you toward an even more magnificent and breathtaking destiny than the one you had dared to imagine for yourself. The universe, you must remember, operates on a timeline of perfect, infallible, divine precision. It is never early, and it is never late. The rosebud does not curse the long winter for its apparent delay. It trusts in its own inner knowing. It understands that its perfect time to bloom is written in the cosmic code of creation. In the same way, the challenges you have faced, the moments of profound heartbreak that brought you to your knees, the long, dark nights of the soul filled with uncertainty, these were never mistakes. They were your curriculum. They were the assignments in your soul's cosmic classroom. They were the intense heat of the forge that was necessary to temper the steel of your spirit. They were the immense pressure required to transform the humble coal of your raw life experience into the brilliant, multifaceted diamond of your divine wisdom. The people around you, still asleep and bound to the phantom timeline, will not understand this. They will look upon your beautiful, winding path and call you lost. But Source Energy, the creative force of all that is, sees a soul brave enough to truly explore, a spirit courageous enough to wander off the beaten path in order to gather the unique experiences and rare treasures that a straight and narrow road could never, ever offer. Trust in this divine timing. It is the ultimate and most profound expression of the universe's unconditional love for your personal journey. Surrender to its perfect flow, and you will begin to experience a peace that surpasses all human understanding. A deep, resonant inner knowing that you are, and always have been, exactly where you need to be. Before your magnificent soul ever chose to incarnate into this physical vessel, into this very lifetime, it collaborated with the divine to craft a unique and intricate blueprint for its intended journey. This is what is known as your soul contract, a sacred and celestial map detailing the specific experiences, the key lessons, the karmic resolutions, and the destined connections required for your ultimate growth, expansion, and spiritual evolution. It is crucial for you to understand that no two blueprints are ever the same. One soul, for example, may choose to design a life of quiet, solitary contemplation in order to fully master the frequency of inner peace. In stark contrast, another soul might choose a lifetime of dynamic, high-stakes action and public visibility in order to master the energies of heart-centered leadership. One soul may need to script an experience of profound, earth-shattering loss in order to fully awaken the boundless depths of their capacity for unconditional love. At the same time, another may need to build vast, material empires, not for the sake of wealth itself, but to deeply and fundamentally understand the true, spiritual nature of power and responsibility. How then, in the light of this sacred truth, can you possibly continue to engage in the futile act of comparing your unique journey to another's? To do so is as illogical as comparing the celestial path of the sun to the mystical path of the moon. Both are perfect in their own right, both are breathtakingly divine in their expression, and both are following their own unique, preordained celestial trajectory. To feel off track, therefore, is to fundamentally misunderstand the very nature of your own sacred existence. Your unique path, with all of its seeming imperfections, its unexpected zigzags, and its wonderfully unconventional choices, is the very energetic signature of your soul. It is the undeniable evidence of your immense courage to be different. It is the definitive proof that you are not a mass-produced carbon copy, but a rare, priceless, and divine original. I implore you, celebrate your quirks. They are your superpowers. Honor your strange and winding road, for it is the sacred ground upon which you are walking home to yourself. It is the exact path your soul so lovingly and wisely chose for you, and it is leading you with every single step to a destination of fulfillment so perfectly and exquisitely tailored to you that a life of conformity and comparison could never even begin to approach it. Embrace your authenticity with the ferocity of a lioness protecting her cubs, for it is your greatest spiritual asset, your most potent form of magic, and your most sacred and beautiful offering to this waiting world. Let us now, together, pull back the heavy velvet curtain on the grand stage of society and expose the pervasive illusion of having it all figured out. That person on your feed whose life appears as a seamless, perfectly woven tapestry of success is often behind the closed doors of their own reality, desperately and frantically trying to mend the frayed threads of their own inner turmoil. The fitness influencer with the perfect body often battles the fiercest demons of self-worth and body dysmorphia in the silence of their own mind. The couple that continuously projects an idyllic image of perfect, blissful romance still grapples with the mundane, the difficult, and the painful realities of human connection, the silent hurts that accumulate, the loud and angry disagreements over trivialities that are an intrinsic and necessary part of any real, evolving relationship. The visionary entrepreneur you so deeply admire, the one who seems to possess a Midas touch, turning everything they contact to gold, has a hidden, private graveyard overflowing with failed ventures, crushing rejections, sleepless nights fueled by anxiety, and moments of such crippling self-doubt that they nearly gave up entirely experiences they will certainly never post online for public consumption. We are living in a profound age of performance, an era where every individual has become the unpaid public relations manager for the brand of their own life. It has become the norm to broadcast the wins and meticulously bury the struggles. We are conditioned to showcase the breathtaking view from the summit, but to hide the arduous, bloody, and terrifying climb it took to get there. You are comparing your entire, multi-dimensional, holographic reality, your rich and complex inner world of fleeting thoughts, deep-seated fears, soaring hopes, and wonderfully messy human contradictions to their carefully constructed, one-dimensional, and ultimately false external performance. Of course you feel inadequate. The entire game is rigged against you. But what if you simply and consciously chose not to play anymore? What if you made the sovereign decision to see beyond the shimmering facade, not with an energy of judgment, but with a heart full of profound and knowing compassion? What if you could train yourself to recognize that every single person, no matter how polished or perfect their exterior may seem, is fighting a hard, silent battle, is navigating their own unique and challenging labyrinth of soul lessons? This singular realization is a master key to your personal freedom. It has the power to instantly dissolve the insidious poison of envy and to replace it with the healing, high-vibrational balm of universal empathy. You are not alone in your struggle. No one has it all figured out. We are all just divine souls, temporarily forgetting our magnificence, walking each other home, and simply doing the very best we can with the light we have in each given moment. So how do you begin to anchor this profound truth into your daily existence and truly live from a place of unshakable alignment and radical self-honor? It begins not with a grand gesture, but with a quiet, conscious choice made in the sanctuary of your own heart. It is the choice to deliberately release the crushing, heavy burden of the world's phantom timeline and to instead pick up the sacred, luminous compass of your own intuition, your own inner knowing. This path requires you to trust the process of your life, especially when you cannot see the final destination. It demands that you cultivate an unwavering faith that your life is unfolding in perfect, divine order, even and most especially when it looks nothing at all like the neat, tidy plan you so carefully constructed when you were 22. This is not a call to passivity or an encouragement to abandon your beautiful dreams and goals. Far from it. It is about releasing the frantic, desperate, low-vibrational energy of "I should be," and instead embracing the calm, powerful, and deeply centered energy of "I am." It is about fundamentally understanding that your true, infinite worth is not measured by the speed at which you tick off arbitrary boxes on a societal checklist, but by the depth, the presence, and the love with which you inhabit your own one-of-a-kind life. Take a moment right now to feel the unique rhythm of your own being. Does it call for a season of rest and integration? Then allow yourself to rest, deeply and without a shred of guilt. Does it call for a radical, life-altering change? Then summon your courage and leap, with unwavering faith in the universe to catch you. Does it call for a slow, meandering, exploratory pace? Then grant yourself the grace to wander, with the joy and curiosity of a child. Stop fighting your own divine nature. Stop apologizing for your unique pace. Your timing is not a flaw. It is your sacred frequency. And when you finally learn to honor it, to tune into it, you align yourself with the very heartbeat of the cosmos, and the golden doors to your true, authentic destiny will swing open with an almost unbelievable and effortless grace. Now, listen with your soul. For this is a sacred and closely guarded secret intended only for those who have walked the path of the outsider, for those who have long felt like they don't quite belong. The very souls who feel the most behind in this societal game are often the very same ones who are furthest ahead in their spiritual evolution and awakening. You are the pioneers. You are the way, showers. You are the paradigm shifters. You are the light workers who came to this planet not to conform to the old decaying structures, but to courageously create new ones. Society's accepted linear path is a well-worn deep groove, a subconscious program running on a monotonous repeat cycle. But you, with your beautifully unconventional and often misunderstood journey, are carving a brand new path through the wilderness of consciousness. You are laying down new energetic templates, new possibilities for what it means to live a successful and fulfilled life for the whole of humanity to eventually follow. Your many detours have gifted you with a panoramic perspective that those who have only ever walked the straight, narrow path can never hope to possess. Your so-called failures have taught you a profound depth of resilience and compassion that a life of easy, uninterrupted success can never possibly build. Your long periods of feeling lost were never a punishment. They were sacred and powerful initiations. They were periods where you were forced to learn how to navigate, not by the outdated maps of the external world, but by the eternal, unwavering light of your own soul. The world does not need one more person who is skilled at coloring inside the pre-drawn lines. It is desperately, achingly in need of the visionaries, the dreamers, the artists, the healers, and the sacred innovators who see the confining lines and possess the divine courage to paint a completely new, vibrant, and breathtaking reality altogether. Your journey has not been a mistake. It has been your bespoke training ground. You have been meticulously gathering the exact skills, the specific wisdom, and the unique energetic signature required for your true soul's mission. Do not ever mistake your period of preparation for a delay. The world is waiting, not for you to finally catch up to its illusions, but for you to fully, courageously, and unapologetically step into the magnificent, one-of-a-kind power that your entire journey has so perfectly and divinely bestowed upon you. So, I invite you now, in this holy moment, to release the crushing weight of it all. Exhale the years of self-judgment. Let go of the pervasive, seductive illusion that you are somehow lacking. You are not behind. You were never behind. And you are not ahead of anyone else. You are simply, perfectly, on your path. Your life is not late, nor is it early. It is precisely divinely on time for the sacred and inevitable blossoming of your unique and magnificent soul. Every single experience, every lesson learned, every unexpected detour taken has been a necessary and precious thread, lovingly woven by the universe into the magnificent, unfolding tapestry of your being. All of it has been preparing you for a purpose so specific, so grand, so perfectly tailored to your essence, that it required this exact, unique journey to bring you to its doorstep. The ultimate question, then, is not whether you are where you are supposed to be, according to some external, arbitrary standard. The only question that has ever truly mattered is this: are you willing, right here and now, to finally and fully trust that where you are is exactly where you need to be? Can you find the courage to stop fighting against your own divine timing and instead begin to embrace it as your most powerful and trusted ally? Can you make the sovereign choice to quit measuring the sacred progress of your soul against the phantom, meaningless yardstick of other people's curated lives, and instead begin to celebrate the holy, unfolding masterpiece of your very own? Because the moment you truly realize you are not in a race, the instant you deeply understand that your path is perfectly and divinely yours, and yours alone, everything changes. The struggle ceases. You stop rushing, and you begin, perhaps for the first time, to truly live. You stop competing, and you begin to joyfully create. You stop desperately trying to catch up, and you simply, powerfully, beautifully begin to show up as your authentic self. And that, dear, beautiful soul, is the moment you discover that the finish line you were so frantically and painfully chasing was always just a mirage. The true eternal prize was always the journey itself, rich with wisdom and beauty, and it has been patiently waiting for you to awaken and claim it, right here, in the perfection of this present moment. You are not lost. You are home.